Okay, so hello. Um, Obviously, Taylor, I don't have to introduce two of the people are our moms, so they know who we are. But this is Dusten, for those of you that don't know him. And about, I guess, the beginning of the year, I'm gonna just dive right in. The beginning of the year, I just was ready for a change. I hadn't really been feeling myself. I was very anxious about a lot of things in my life and just kind of felt just blah. Um, my sleeping habits were awful. I was drinking like 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, which is awful. And my stomach wasn't feeling great, and just I was ready for a change. And I met Abby online, and she introduced me to Juice Plus, and we signed on to start taking it. And now, like, we are officially at the 4-month mark, and I've been way less anxious, especially considering everything I should be anxious about. My energy's up. I'm only drinking a cup of coffee a day, which is not like me at all. I'm sleeping through the night, which I feel like I kind of sound like a newborn infant when I say that, but I was not sleeping through the night. And I just feel better. I feel good. And I haven't felt like this in quite some time. So for one, I'm very thankful for finally saying yes, because it did take us about a year to say yes to taking it. And Dustin's also been taking it too.
Yes. So I take the pills. And I'll be honest, it definitely took her a little while to kind of talk me into it, because I'm very much against like the supplements, the vitamins, the medications, anything at all. I'm very much against anything that has to do with anything like that. So she just kept fighting me against all that, pretty much just saying, look, all it is just, it's fruits and vegetables and berries. And you look, these are the ingredients. This is what's in it. So I think that's what really sold me more than anything. But ultimately, I kind of just started taking them because I knew this was something that she wanted to do. I knew it was something she felt strongly about, something that she was encouraged by, and something that she felt was going to help her. So ultimately, that was my ultimate, decision behind going forward with it, was just kind of to be that support behind her, and just to kind of be there to take it with her. There wasn't really anything for me that I was like, hey, I need to focus on this, or hey, I feel depleted in this area. I just didn't really have those feelings. But I will say, at this 4-month and taking those pills and being consistent with them, I feel like my digestion has definitely improved. My immune system has definitely improved. Haven't been sick, sniffles, even with everything that's crazy been going on, even allergy season that's been going on, haven't dealt with anything that has to do with anything like that. So like I said, there wasn't really anything for me that I was like, hey, I want to focus on this, or I think this is going to help me here. But I have seen improvements in some areas that I didn't expect to see improvements.
That is awesome, y'all. Thank you for sharing. Seriously, Dustin, I'll tell you, my husband felt very similarly. When I got started, he was kind of like, what is this? And I even said, and I'll share my story with you here briefly. When I got started, my mom was like, Abby, I really think that this could help you. And I remember looking at her like she had 4 heads. And I said, you think fruits and vegetables are going to help me? Because I really didn't believe that something this good could exist. And so whether you're here watching the recording or you're here live, I don't know what brought you here and what your story is. Maybe you're like Dusten and you can relate to not necessarily having a quote unquote need. Maybe it's just you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables in your diet every day. Or maybe you can relate to Taylor and really having some areas that you struggle and you just want to feel better. Taylor and I connected on that level because if I take you back a few years, my journey began in 2014 when I was starting college, and I had just made this huge move and I was getting ready to start my freshman year. I had a great first semester, that was a little rocky, but I was eating all of the cafeteria food and the things that I had grown up healthy with no anxiety, and I thought I was good. You don't think that there's a problem until there is a problem. And so midway through my freshman year, I started, every time I ate, I would immediately go to the bathroom. I couldn't keep food inside of me to save my life. And to give you a visual of myself, I was 5'8" and at one point about 100 pounds. Every time I consumed food, I would immediately have to go to the bathroom. And I cut gluten. I had, allergy testing done for gluten. It came back negative, and it ran in my family. So my mom suggested that I cut it out of my diet. And so I started to, which back in 2014, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't popular to walk down the gluten-free aisle and see a bunch of common items. Now it's much more common, but back then it was like gluten-free. What the heck is that? Nobody knew what that was. And so, and not long after all these stomach issues started, did the anxiety and the depression follow. And so I don't know if you know this, but 95% of our serotonin is held in the lining of our gut. And so typically people that have a stomach issue also have a anxiety and depression issue. And it's because when this area of your body, your stomach, is all messed up, your brain doesn't function the way that it should either. And so you notice that when the gut starts to improve, the anxiety and the depression starts to improve. Not saying that is always the case. There's obviously the mental piece of it and taking your thoughts captive. But when you feel good enough to take the next step in your health and say, okay, this thought, whatever it is, I'm going to take it captive, you feel empowered to be able to do that because you feel good enough to wake up every day and have the energy to take on your day. And so, I went through the gamut of anti-anxiety and depression medication. I went and saw a holistic health doctor. And at this point, I'm a junior in college and I've kind of just accepted the cards that I've been dealt. I'm addicted to coffee. I can't get through the day without a nap. I look frail and not well. And I was grumpy every single day. Taylor, I don't know if you felt that way when you didn't feel good, but I was grumpy 95% of the time. Because I didn't feel good. And I can look back, mom's going, yeah, she was. Hey, I can totally relate. And I'm like so thankful for my family because I'm like, they loved me through that time. But when you don't feel good, you're not in a good mood. Let's be real. And so in 2017, the fall of that year, my mom went to a salad in a jar party, which is a meal prep event that we host, where everybody brings an ingredient, and our friend shared her story. She was struggling with cancer, and her oncologist suggested this to her in her journey, and my mom was touched by her story. She was signing palliative care paperwork, and her oncologist said, I think that this is what you need in your life. And so my mom was really moved by that and said, we need to get our family started on this. And I think Abby would benefit. And so that is when she brought me the Juice Plus gummy bags. And I said, what the heck is this stuff? I said, I've seen doctors, I was the major skeptic. And so maybe you're going, this sounds too good to be true. Well, I thought the same thing. And so my journey began actually in 2018, January of 2018. I got married, graduated, and my husband was deployed. And so I was living at home for a few months before I moved to where I am now. And my mom looked at me and she said, Abby, you have nothing to lose. She said, it's fruits and vegetables. She said, it won't hurt you. She said, give it a year. And at the end of the year, if you see no difference in your life, then you can walk away. And so I said, okay, yes, I'll start. I'll do it for a year. I started on the fruits, the berries, and the veggies, and I was taking a shake a day. And at the 4-month mark, my nausea after I ate, I was nauseous every time I ate, no matter what I ate. And at this point in my life, I was gluten and dairy free. So I'm eating plants and meat. My nausea went away. And then we fast forward to like the 8-month mark, I was able to consume some gluten. And then months 9, 10, 11, and 12 were really crucial. I incorporated our omegas and started shredding, which is our 10-day detox program, where you're incorporating 10 different guidelines and eliminating the things that don't serve you. And so I sit before you today and say, anxiety and depression is no longer a daily struggle for me, which was huge because I battled it for 4 or 5 years. My gut issues have significantly improved. and I feel the best that I ever have. And so how did I start sharing this mission? Well, in October of that year, I was at the Juice Plus conference, which is an incredible event where all of these people from all over the world gather. And a woman named Ashley Hudson was on the stage, and she was sharing her story. She struggled with an eating disorder and wasn't able to get her period, and she was told she would never have kids. And she started on Juice Plus, and within 4 months, she got her period and was able to have children. And so with tears in her eyes, she looked out into the room of 10,000 people, and she said, how would you feel at the end of your life if someone looked at you and said, why did you never share this with me? And it was in that moment that I made a decision. I felt like the Lord was telling me, I've paved this path before you. I've given you a story you need to go out and share. And so my biggest fear is at the end of my life, someone looking at me and saying, why did you never share this with me? Because it's changed my life. It's changing y'all's life in simple or big ways, depending on who you are. And I can't not share that. And so that is a little bit of my story. I'm going to turn it over here to Terry, who has been in this industry for 25 years. She's a mom, a grandma, a health enthusiast, and I'm excited for you to hear from her. So Terry, take it away.
Thank you, Taylor. Hi, Ashley. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being on the call tonight. And I apologize, it's taken me so long to come on board. All of a sudden, all of the Wi-Fi all over the house is like, not working well. So here I am. And like Abby said, I was introduced to Juice Plus, oh my gosh, 26 years ago, guys. I've not missed a day in 26 years. And my background is the fitness industry. I've taught it all, step, slide, spin, high impact. And even though I worked out all the time, 2 and 3 times a day, instead of having that vibrant, vital health, I was starting to fall apart. I was not well. I was not healthy. The autoimmune labels, and you have to get 26 years ago, they were just starting to throw those autoimmune labels to people. I mean, they were like, well, we're not sure, but looks like maybe kind of you got fibromyalgia. Well, your gut health is a mess, so maybe, just maybe, it's IBS. But I can tell you, my health was diminishing so rapidly by the time I was in my late 20s. The periodontal disease was crazy. The gut health, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I got to the point where it didn't matter what I ate or where I ate. And I was doubled up in somebody's bathroom with excruciating pain, waiting just waiting for it to end. And then they finally were able to diagnose me with a very rare Crohn's disease, and the list goes on and on and on. So I was pretty compromised for about 6-7 years. I was not holding a microphone. I was not saying step touch. And it was a nurse, lived in my neighborhood, who came across Juice Plus and had only been out 3 months. And she said, I have something that I think could help you. And she was a complete stranger. I'm assuming that Ashley, Taylor, and so someone's telling you about Juice Plus, but you know who that person is. This woman was a complete stranger. And after several attempts, I let her come walk through my front door, and she walked through carrying Juice Plus, fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. And I think that's very important that you know what it is. This company found a way to grow the produce without herbicides, without pesticides. They pick it when it's ripe. Okay, they take it into a juicing, pulverizing process, and the result is Juice Plus. And so I've been taking it for 26 years, and it works. Because you see, science got it right. Science really got it right now. They've nailed it. That the cause of every disease, like what was going on with Abby and what's going on with everybody, is that we're inflamed. We are inflammatory nightmares. And sometimes your inflammation settles in different parts of your body. Absolutely all disease starts in the gut. Hippocrates said that 2,500 years ago. He said, let your food be your medicine, let your medicine be your food, and all disease starts in the gut. And so he was right. And so we're inflamed. And sometimes for some people, it shows up like cancer or diabetes or arthritis, all the itises. This is the picture of inflammation here in the United States. 1 in 4 people, heart disease. 1 in 2 women, 1 in 2 men with cancer, 1 in 3 are diabetics. Our children are obese. I'm going to tell you, children today have all the itises, all the adult diseases that used to be specifically and only for adults. Now our kids have it. And so what is going on? What is going on? Why was Abby so ill? Anxiety, depression. Well, because to me, most disease today is just a reflection that we're not nourished. We do not eat the foods that keep us healthy. And you and I, my friends, are genetically designed at the cellular level to eat roots, fruits, greens, beans, seeds, and weeds. Want me to say it again? Because people usually say, what'd she say? What'd she say? Okay, we're not designed to eat vitamins. Okay, vitamins are not food. There may be a time and a place, and I was the vitamin queen. I read Fit Magazine, I read Muscle Magazine, I drank my whey protein, I took every amino known to man, and I'm one of the sickest women I know. So we have a food deficiency. We have a food deficiency. We don't eat the food. And inflammation in the body, my friends, is caused by sugar and processed foods and the drugs that we take and environmental toxins. And what reduces inflammation in the body, what feeds the cells, it's the plant kingdom. It is the plant kingdom. And here is the plant kingdom made simple. I don't know a man, woman, or child that cannot comply. And for 26 years, this has been circulating in my body. I no longer have any detection whatsoever of all those labels that they were throwing at me. Many of the labels, they said, you will be sick. You'll have this for the rest of your life. Well, I challenge that, because what I've learned is that, my friends, we are healing machines. You and I, we're healing machines. And if you put in the right fuel, good things can happen. So if you want to move forward, Abby, so there's the Juice Plus. So we've got the fruits, the vegetables, the berries in a capsule, and we have our amazing omega. And I know that this was very influential to help you, Abby. So, this is all about brain health and heart health. And most doctors tell their patients, you got to get on a good omega. Well, how about a plant-based omega, where we kind of bypass the fish and we went straight to the algae, and we put together this full spectrum omega, okay, that benefits and feeds the cells. We've got to feed the cells, and Juice Plus feeds the cells, the tissues, the organs, and then every system starts to be nourished. So fruits, vegetables, berries, omegas. Oh my gosh, we have the most amazing protein drink. We've got such a small catalog of products. When the job is done, the job is done. But here is our complete. Okay, again, more plants. We kind of went into the sprout kingdom when we were talking about the complete. I mean, look at that sprout variation, the broccoli, the radish, the alfalfa sprouts. This is, again, dense, nutritious food that gets to your cells very, very quickly. The mushroom blend in here, the quinoa, the amaranth. So, Abby, why do you love the complete?
For me, the complete was a no-brainer because I was struggling with stomach aches, and anytime I ate, I needed something that would nourish my cells and carry me through the day. And this protein powder, the reviews that I hear when people drink it in the morning, they don't have to eat till lunch. There's no chalky taste. I'm telling you, it's the best protein powder I've ever tasted. I was never a shake person until the complete. I make brownies with it. I make cookie dough with it. I use it as the gamut of things. And what I love is I call everything that I make with it no guilt, because it's literally, look at all the ingredients in it and it tastes so, so good.
I love that. And you know what we have found, friends, is that the longer you take the Juice Plus and you start drinking your complete, excuse me, I've got a hair in my eye. What it does is that it kicks on what I call the willpower gene. What if you didn't crave sugar? If you didn't crave it, guess what? You wouldn't reach for it. What if you lost your craving for fake food? What if you lost your craving for food with no nutrition? That's what Juice Plus will do to you over time. You will start to crave more plants, which is the pathogenesis to really good health. And this is it. This is bridging the gap. On the left-hand side is what most people eat, okay? And on the right-hand side is what we know we should be eating. It's hard. It's hard to get to the point where you can eat enough plants to turn your health around. And that's why, thank goodness, there's a Juice Plus. And it's backed by science. If that's important to you, there's 40 pieces of peer-reviewed research published in medical journals that talk about everything from lung function to cardiovascular wellness. Here's that inflammatory response that I talked about, the immune system. How about helping to maintain healthy DNA? I mean, DNA, that's the aging process. To me, Juice Plus is aging in reverse. It is. It's aging backwards. It is the ultimate anti-aging program because it is the ultimate wellness program. So it's backed by science. And then we have our program where kids can get it for free. We have over 1.5 million families in the past 20 years that have sponsored their children to receive free product. A child can get free product for up to 4 years. And this is what families are reporting. 60% are missing fewer days of school. 56 were taking fewer drugs. Look at kids getting off their beds. This is exciting. And kids starting to eat more fruits and vegetables, and that's what happened when you take Juice Plus. So I'm proud to represent this program. And this is the last product in our catalog. It's the ability for people to grow their own produce. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a popular idea. You don't have to worry about who sneezed on it. Okay, you don't have to worry about who touched it. Okay, it's your produce. Okay, it's aeroponic farming. This is the farming of the future, and Juice Plus is leading the way with aeroponic farming around the world. Fabulous. So these are just some pictures. Look at the bounty. This could be on your patio. Look at that. It just blows me away. I don't have one here in Texas, but I have one up in Oregon, and I can't wait to get up there to plant it. So look at it, costs next to nothing. All right. $52 a month. And we let you pay for it over installment payments, $52 a month for 12 months. Wow. Very generous company because we really, really know what we have. And so this is our foundational product, the Juice Plus. Guys, you can get on Juice Plus for $2.50 a day, and a child can get it for free. My son works for this company right here. My son manages one of these. And he goes, Ma, nobody drives through and gets a $4 cup of coffee. And he goes, and people drive through every single day. So here for $2.50, you can flood your body with the best nutrition available, and you can sponsor a child to get it for free. Where are you going to find that kind of healing opportunity? So you have some options. You can become a customer, $75 a month. You can do what Taylor's done, and you can become a partner. You get yourself a couple customers, 3 to 5 customers. It sets you up so that you can start receiving your Juice Plus at an incredible price, an incredible saving, plus knowing that you've helped 3 to 5 people get healthy. Or like Abby, maybe this is a side income for you. Maybe you would like to have a side business, a plan B, where you'd like to bring home an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. Or if it was option 4, this is really where Abby and I fall into, it's become a career. I've been doing this for 26 years. I have business all over the world. And I'm just as excited today as I was 26 years ago. So guys, there you have it. That's the Juice Plus story. That's my story. So I'm here to tell you that I have, no more labels, no more inflammation. The last time I had blood work done, my specialist called me up and he said, I don't understand you. He said, when we looked at your inflammatory markers, they were 0.05. And I said, well, I'm pretty well nourished. So there you have it. Thank you for asking me. Taylor, I apologize. I was late and I kept popping in and out. It's been hard here in Plano, Texas today.
No worries. It's fine.
And I'll let you wrap it up.
Sounds good. Taylor, I'll let you kind of close things out and we'll say goodbye.
Well, and obviously if you guys ever have questions, we are your people. And I shouldn't say we, I don't want to speak for him. I love it so far, and I want to share what I love with the people that I love. So, I mean, it's as simple as that for me.
No, and I think Terry made a lot of really good points as far as like, you're just not going to get those fruits and vegetables. And even if you are going to get those fruits and vegetables, you're going to pay much more than what you're going to pay for, being able to take it in a fashion like this. So it just logistically makes sense.
That's absolutely correct. And I don't know anybody who hasn't yet, belly up and start buying kale, and who's going to start eating fresh parsley every day. And I mean, who eats raw cranberries? I mean, come on, right?
No.
I mean, I have an absolute taste for beets, but before Juice Plus, you couldn't have put a beet in my mouth. I would have wrestled you to the ground. And that's with chronic fatigue syndrome. I would have won. Okay, so now it's like, you should see my refrigerator. My refrigerator looks like the produce department of Whole Foods. So, but that comes with being on the product. So you guys are a delight, and you are a blessing to us. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Have a great night, and we appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you want to hear more of our stories, we'd love to share with you. Our heart is to help and change the health of this world one person at a time. So with that, have an amazing night and a great week. Bye, y'all.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.